Welcome back to our channel, your ultimate source for exclusive updates and emotional twists from the life of Sheikh Hamdan and his royal family. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you haven't watched our previous video, I highly recommend starting there to fully understand the events leading up to today's dramatic developments. In our last episode, we uncovered the highly emotional and unexpected meeting between Sheikh Hamdan's current wife, Sheikha Thani, and his soon-to-be second wife, Shama al-Falasi. After learning about Hamdan's intentions to marry Shama, Thani was devastated. Overwhelmed with grief, she spent days crying and battling anxiety. Desperate to save her marriage, she arranged a private meeting with Shama, hoping to find a resolution, or at least some closure. But the meeting was intense. In a final attempt to protect her place in Hamdan's life, Thani offered Shama a staggering $10 million to walk away. Calm and unwavering, Shama refused, emphasizing that her relationship with Hamdan had nothing to do with money. The conversation ended without resolution. Thani walked away heartbroken, while Shama was left to process the emotional storm swirling around the royal family. At that time, Sheikh Hamdan was away on vacation, unaware of the confrontation. Upon his return, Shama told him everything: Thani's offer, her emotional plea, and the entire conversation. Hamdan was furious. What followed was a rare explosion of emotion from Sheikh Hamdan. Known for his calm demeanor, he raised his voice, an act that shook the palace to its core. Thani, in tears, tried to explain herself. She said it wasn't out of jealousy, but fear. She simply wanted to protect her children and preserve the family structure. But Hamdan wasn't ready to forgive. The trust had been broken, and he made that clear. Devastated, Thani retreated to her quarters, terrified that this might be the beginning of the end for her marriage. Desperate, she called Sheikh Muhammad, Hamdan's father, and requested an urgent meeting. Within the hour, she was escorted to Zabil Palace. In Sheikh Muhammad's private chamber, she broke down completely, confessing her pain, her conversation with Shama, and her inability to accept Hamdan's decision. Sheikh Muhammad listened patiently. Then, in a calm but firm tone, he explained that the marriage with Shama was not about replacing Thani. Shama came from a powerful and noble lineage, and the union was intended to strengthen the royal legacy. For Thani, the words felt like a quiet death sentence. She knew she couldn't compete with Shama's status. Tears fell freely as the weight of her vulnerability sank in. But then Sheikh Muhammad reassured her. He promised she would always be part of the royal family. Divorce would never be an option. She would remain honored, protected, and respected, no matter what. That promise gave her a sense of power she hadn't felt in a long time. Meanwhile, Sheikh Hamdan took Shama to his second palace, where they spent time with his children, Sheikha and Rashid. To everyone's surprise, the children warmly welcomed Shama. They played, laughed, and even made homemade ice cream together in the palace kitchen. Later, they painted as a family, Sheikha showing off her creativity, and Rashid joyfully splashing colors everywhere. It was a magical day. For a few precious hours, Hamdan laughed without holding back, momentarily escaping the heavy burdens of leadership. As evening approached, Hamdan returned to his main palace to attend to urgent affairs, leaving Shama at the second palace with the kids. They didn't want her to leave, especially Rashid, who begged her to sleep in their room. With a smile, Shama agreed. That night, under a dim light and surrounded by the soft rustling of sheets, she told bedtime stories. Her voice wove tales of courage, love, and wonder, comforting the children as they drifted to sleep. Back at the palace, Sheikha Thani had begun to understand something important: her value. She realized the royal family could not afford to lose her, especially through divorce. The legacy depended on her presence. And she knew Sheikh Muhammad would never allow Hamdan to divorce her, so instead of fearing it, she decided to use it. She waited a few days, then approached Hamdan for a serious, private conversation. This time, Thani was not begging. She was composed, clear, and firm. She told Hamdan that she would no longer wait around for his attention. "If you give your time and heart to Shama," she warned, "I'm going to seek a divorce, and I've already told Sheikh Muhammad." Hamdan was stunned. Divorce from Thani was never an option, politically or personally. She was not just his wife, but also his cousin, and vital to the preservation of the royal bloodline. He sat in silence for a moment before finally asking her, "What do you want from me?" Thani didn't hesitate. "End your relationship with Shama. Don't marry her." And with that, their conversation ended, leaving Hamdan deep in thought. Thani returned to her chambers with her head held high. Meanwhile, Hamdan was left tormented by the choice he now faced. He knew he couldn't divorce Thani. He also knew Sheikh Muhammad might now reject Shama, just to keep the peace. So what happens next? These are the latest developments in Sheikh Hamdan's royal saga. In the next video, I'll reveal what Hamdan decides, and how both women respond to the pressure of power, love, and legacy. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss what happens next in this emotional journey through royal life. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.